She's not waking up. I don't think so. Oh, that was a leg. Okay, we still got the leg. I might mute some parts of Pious to also send a message. Just so you know.
To think that once I could not see beyond.
It only has to be places where I have only one hand. Maybe it's better to grind. I'm not sure. Like, I guess the cutscenes are not that long. Like this one. There's no way I can send a message here. Also 2 hours of early game. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know how much I practiced at the beginning for Michael. I don't know if it was half an hour. Maybe it was like 20 minutes. I haven't seen Max yet. Today. And let me repeat it again. My stream, not a good reference for the difficulty of this game. Because I'm going for a record. You don't need to go. Stella, how's it going? Oh, now you wake up. When I put the camera away, you wake up and start moving and cleaning yourself. She knows. And start to stretch. Just got done with your stream. Nice. What do you stream? Claire Obscure. Never heard of it. What is it? We got a green on Pious, can you believe it? I need to play perfect for that. And get every trick on Pious.
I cannot say what was the true beginning, nor am I.
The only Claire I know is Claire de Lune. Expedition 33. Oh, that one. People were talking about that on my chat I think yesterday or the other day when I did the record. But I didn't remember the, I guess, second part of the title or subtitle of the game. Just remember Expedition 33. How is it? Is it good? Still need a name for my untitled RPG. It's hard to... For me, it's actually very hard to keep names to stories. I have a story, Chad. My biggest story ever is something I started when I have like 12 years. And I'm still like expanding from time to time. It's a little bit of a legendarium. Lots of civilizations, an entire world, lots of cultures, magic, and stuff, and lots of things. Unrelated to the Untitled RPG, by the way. It's another thing. I tried to write a book about it at some point. I got like 3 chapters, and then I stopped. I have some maps of it, actually. That I draw when I was young. Some plasticine models as well, like 3D maps of it. It doesn't quite have a name. Like the only name it has is the name of like the place. It's like if you do a story about Earth, you would call it Earth, you know, kind of like that. Which is a little bit of a boring name, but you know, it's like if the Lord of the Rings was literally called Middle Earth. Imagine that, you know. Which, fair enough, you know, Skates of Arcadia, it's called that. Like Skates is Skates of the Earth, but at least it's Skates of, you know. It has like a little something to it. It's not just Arcadia. I still find it funny that nobody talks about the war as Arcadia in that game, though. Like, nobody refers to the war as Arcadia. The title is never mentioned. But it's fine. And I think in Japanese it was called Eternal Arcadia, which is also a pretty cool name. For the Eternal World. Eternal World fans. You probably like it knowing your tastes. You know my tastes, that's cool. Very fresh ideas, nice. Yeah, I was talking at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about what to do after I'm finished with this run. And one possibility was playing Chrono Trigger on the stream. And I was even thinking about playing the DS version, or if it exists an SNES version that it is like the DS version, like a mod. Because I've never played, and I've never seen the cinematics from Akira Toriyama. And also completely unfamiliar with the extra content of DS. Because I know it has some extra stuff. Fool. And I want to do it to get some ideas and some... like, mostly ideas for balancing and stuff for the game and designing right now. Because the mechanics are heavily based on Chrono Trigger, and I am already very familiar with FFX because I replayed it not long ago, and that's the other game from which I take mechanics from. I don't think a really
From my research,
great horror
it is
RPG
apparent
exists.
the endeavor.
Like, there are a lot of... Okay, not a lot, but there are horror games that have RPG elements. That's for sure. But, like, quintessential RPG, kind of. And by the way, are you saying this in general, or because Expedition 33 is a horror RPG?
Oh my god, what is
Lord,
it?
this devil's work. We should get out of here.
Just to know how to phrase my commentary.
We have feared the most.
I actually wanted to make one. Dreamnesthesia was meant to be a horror RPG, although tactical. But at some point I was thinking, like, maybe tactical is too hard and it would have been better to be just a normal RPG. Might be a horror RPG, more horror elements though, I see. Like, I actually feel like I would have had a bigger chance of finishing or at least advancing the game if it wasn't tactical, because tactical is it's very hard to design. But yeah, you have a bunch with horror elements. Like, even Undertale has a bunch of that. And I want to say Omori as well. I haven't played it, but... like, all of the Earthbound-like have the horror elements, but it's usually more like psychological or just like trauma-based horror and stuff like that, instead of like directly horror. Can you scrap the tactical? I can, but I also like... I kind of lost the motivation on Dreamnesthesia. Long ago. Whereas with this new project, everything feels very fresh. And it's also like a little bit less serious. The thing with psychological horror is that it's hard to not be serious and just have fun. If you want to keep the tone of it. Whereas this game is just it's just your regular RPG, which again can have horror elements from time to time, but it's not the center of it, so I can just have fun. I keep not attacking the door, that's a mistake. What do you think about action elements in turn-based RPGs? I need to think of examples. Like, the only example I can think of right now is the overdrives in FFX, for example.
You have come to return.
Do you have any other examples? If it's like that, I don't mind it unless it really determines the experience. I guess Mario RPG has some of those. Now I think about it. And the Mario and Luigi series. Where it's like you have to hit a button on a specific moment. or like it has like a mini game to make an attack more like stronger or something. Yeah. In those cases, I'm fine with it if it doesn't kill the pace of the fight. And for me, some of the Paper Mario stuff, Mario and Luigi and Mario RPG, sometimes it kills the pace. Like when you can do a Link combo of like 100 attacks, and you're kind of encouraged to do it because you're gonna do more damage, that is a pace killer for me. Or like when you have to win a minigame every time you do a certain skill, which tends to be your stronger skill, so the one you're more encouraged to do. I actually don't like that. So I think it has to be like... There's a fine line from when it becomes a pace killer. I like when it's a little bit of it. Like the small things on a Mario RPG were pretty cool.
Dreams.
Now, I am the biggest fan of not having to do anything. Of literally just playing an action RPG or a turn-based RPG. That I'm a biggest fan of. So my game actually doesn't have anything of that. There are no mini games on the fight. No time attacks, no QTEs. Because of the dodging more than the attacking. Yeah. Yeah, I think the dodging is pretty cool. I think that's a good... It's also because the reward for the player, you know, it's like... It's good. You know, you dodge or you get less damage, I don't remember. Whereas in the other one... So it's not a pace killer. It's like very fast. Pace is like one of the most important things in game design. People don't, I think, don't value pace enough when it comes to game design. A lot of critics don't even talk about pace when they critique games. But I think pace might be one of the most fucking important, like pace and rhythm of the game. It's probably one of the most important things you have to think about when you're designing a game. Like a good example of a pace killer for this game, for example, is Ehn'gha. There's a lot of running. There is no encourage to fight anywhere in Ehn'gha, like it is on here, for example, in this chapter. You actually have a reason to fight. And so, even though there is a lot of enemies and stuff, you are encouraged to do fighting, whereas in Ehn'gha you are not encouraged to do anything. Is Hero Shakespeare sucks. It's a big time loss. Oh yeah. So I don't have a whole lot of magic. That sucks.
This isn't really happening.
Why is my magic so ass? What the fuck? That's weird. I feel like my magic shouldn't be this ass. Wow. What? Where did I spend all my magic? Did I do 2 records on the horror? That's so weird. I might need an extra record. Or just play risky. A no Pancho War record, yeah. I really need one. I mean, so far this is... It's actually Pancho. I've got a lot of Pancho-less. Because the only Panchos that show up in my chat are Frank. I think that's it, actually. Now, if it is a Poncho-less... I hit my leg. Yeah. Almost all my records have been with Poncho lately. Okay, I'm actually gonna discuss this. Fuck it. Either poncho or like my pajamas. It's not really my pajamas, but it's like my most comfy outfit. Where I don't even use bra and all that. 1, 2. The Panchos. I have several Pancho friends. So, in Chile, there's a very common name, Francisco. Extremely common name. For men in particular. I know a couple Franciscas as well. My sister, for example. But not as many as Franciscos. It's extremely common in Chile. I have several friends that are called Francisco, and we call Franciscos Panchos in Chile. And I think it's also very common in Mexico as well, to call Franciscos Panchos. Maybe just most of Latin America, but I know specifically Chile and Mexico. Oh, come on. It's the first one of the day. Yeah, like, in English, what is the closest name to Francisco? I guess it's Frank. So it will be a nickname for Frank. But you have other nicknames. Like, for example, you have Bob. Bob is not a name, right? It's for Robert, isn't it? Although I bet there are people that are actually called Bob, right? Just uncommon. We don't have Bobs here. Although we do have Robert in Spanish, which is Roberto. But I don't think I know any Robertos that call themselves Bobs. So that time loss is very unfortunate. That's the head of Shakespeare. That is a plus 11 from a plus 10. So, sort of 20-second time loss. Sucks. That's stinky. I'm supposed to save time incurring. But it's out of my control. That time loss, at least. Oh no, wait, it's not just that. Actually, the 20 seconds makes sense because I was thinking Head of Shakespeare is not 20 seconds. That is Bloodbath is 20 seconds. Head of Shakespeare must be like 13 or 14. But I also got lag on top of the Head of Shakespeare, so yeah.
Shocked by the sudden mention.
20-21 seconds actually makes sense. Sucks. Both out of my control, by the way. It's pure RNG. Yeah, Dick is another very common one, which is so funny to me because it's literally cock, right? Or Richard, yeah. Like Dick Wolf, the guy from Law and Order. There's a lot of weird shit like that in English. Like, there's this very old expression.
Amazing.
Pardon my boner, which is like, sorry for my mistake or my typo, I don't remember. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, pardon my boner, dude? Like, I've seen it when I was studying at university. I had to read some old like math or physics books. I remember seeing on one of them a part of my boner that the editor put on a paragraph because
Fantastic.
of they were correcting a current version, like a current edition of the book, and they were correcting a mistake from a previous edition. And so that's the boner, the mistake from the previous edition. So they had to add like a little rectangle with some information at the end of the page. Sacha is nickname for Alexander. Are you kidding me? I had no idea. I thought Sacha was a name. But you mean Alexander, not Alexandra? Because I thought Sacha was like feminine. And I thought it was just like Alex, short for Alexander, and Alexandra as well, I guess. Here in Chile, for both, interesting. Never seen the masculine case, that's pretty cool. In Chile, Sacha is a dog name. Like, I've never met a person named Sacha, but I met probably at least 3 dogs called Sacha. No. I don't remember if I grabbed the other bullets, so I'm just gonna grab these ones. Worst case scenario, I lose like 0.8 seconds. Maramao. Señorota. There are people just named Sacha though? Okay. That's good to know. It's a cool name. But in Chile it is an animal code name. Like or like a pet code name in my country. As is with I think other nicks. Like names that would be either names or nicks on other countries. A lot of the time are pet names in Chile. So here, if the Guardian is not coming this way, it's actually optimal to have your headphones and use this stereo audio to recognize when he's stopped teleporting. But I'm lazy. So I kind of forgot to put them on. Optimally, I want to put them on, but sorry. I also got lucky, so doesn't matter. Shields. I'm really starting to like that menu. The more familiar I get with it. This game Speedrun has very satisfying menus. When you get good at them, it feels so good.
The ancients' influence was incredible. From
So you see, we are already starting to see less golds. But on second half of the run, we can still see several golds. It's just that now I played early game enough, I think, that we are probably not gonna see a whole lot of golds. But I would say even from here, I can probably gold every split. Not that it's easy, but it can still happen, I think. Even if it's a small one. Nice dropper. Ultra instinct hands. Yeah, like for example in Michael, I actually have a quote-unquote easy gold. I just need to play clean and I will get a gold. That one is not hard. Maybe second half of Paul as well. It's the other one I'm thinking. And then I think the other goals are harder. Cancel. Jesus. Okay, my magic might be a little bit fucked. We'll see. No, it's fine. Or is it actually not familiar? For the handle. I'm just used to have good magic on handle always, so we'll see here. My guess is that it's fine. It looks fine. Yeah, it's fine. Freya is making biscuits. I'm gonna get a lot of damage here. But at the price of a better angle, so alright. And the extra damage barely matters in Ehn'gha. Even with this extra damage here, it doesn't matter as much. Just recover a lot more in this battery. In 80%, extra damage is really bad. Can even be dangerous. Gary, your eye. What's going on? Yeah, I'm supposed to kill that.
Remember me, Alex.
I gotta see where, because, well, actually, let's check my sanity first before I say anything, because I don't know if I have less than health. I don't. So okay, so I actually cannot do a error cinematic skip. You need to have less than 50%, otherwise it's impossible. It just won't trigger. I mean, the cinematic will trigger, but you can trigger another sanity effect in order to avoid it. might be better to not trigger an attack on the second zombie. Maybe even on the first one, I'm not sure. I can probably skip one manip here. That's very interesting. That thing was still going. It actually saved time. I don't know how that works. Okay, I don't like these zombies. We'll see what happens later. I also don't like this one.
Don't let him get me. Oh, help me.
Okay. Yeah, Chad, you know what's the secret of life?
This can't be happening.
That's the secret of life. Oh, please don't explode. It might trigger an explosion, I actually don't know. We'll see after this. I did it way too early. Dude, just... Oops. Just walk into this. Rubber cannot clean the cobweb. Too close again. Keep getting that. I don't even know how to call that. It's like a dead beep run. Into someone from farther away. I think I have enough magic that I don't need to sneak at all. Yeah. Now that I have to cast it from farther. Or do the Reco before the bull. So I can do the money more clean. So like micro adjustments that I still need to do. I have so much magic that I'm actually gonna just do manips. Like it doesn't feel correct to do a no magic message from here. You suck, you suck, you suck. Oh my god, what the fuck? Insane. And we're running against a gold or not? No, I'm not running against. I'm running against a 10-second, but I might be tied or even losing time here. Like this has been a little bit disastrous. At least we got this consolation prize. The secret to life is get lucky. No joke. We're up all night to get lucky. Okay, actually saving time. So the other Lindsay was even worse. So that means I have a very good goal on that segment. Like probably like 5 or 4 seconds that I can goal there. Where do you got that pickaxe? I don't have any pickaxes in my inventory. Attack pool.
You are not free to leave this plane.
In Europe, during the time of the Inquisition,
I didn't do diagonal menuing. Sucks. Yeah, I believe this goal is pretty good. Like, this feels like a hard to beat goal. It's a little bit of a short segment though. I guess it's not that short. We still do a lot of stuff in Alex. I just kind of forget about that. And he's shorting 80%.
Ah, Brother Luther, not a moment too soon.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pretty good. So that trick, for example, is something you should never do unless you're a top runner. I think it says like 5 seconds. But if you fail it, you lose like 40. Super not worth it. Depending on your level. I'm just very used to it. And it doesn't kill the run. Like, you're not gonna soft lock or crash. but you might get 0 health. And that's the 40-second loss or 30-second loss is recovering all your health. Plus all the time you spend on the setup that is meant to save time, but if you're not saving time, then all of that is like cost. And there's no benefit. It's also completely optional. It doesn't change the route or anything. It's another cool thing about this game. There are a lot of tricks that don't change the route. You can literally just add them or get them out, and everything is pretty much the same. Good. Like, for example, I got rid of the very hard trick to skip Roberto's initial cutscene. Only saves 2 seconds, but it can crash or softlock your game. Not worth it, in my opinion. I got rid of it, and I don't need to practice anything. It's literally just don't do it. Like this one, for example, this is a little bit more tricky. If you're not doing it, that means you need to practice the other fight, which is a little bit different, just a tiny bit different. It's still not that crazy of a difference. Yeah, makes sense. Very good gold. But this right here is a segment I think where I can make a better gold. Because I haven't perfected the menus yet. Attack sword. Dude. Stop. No, dude. No, I don't think I can hold. I'm gonna cast the pool. Should I cast it immediately? Let's cast it immediately. So I have more time to recover health. It might not matter, but... Although maybe it helps for bleeding balls, question mark. Feels like another thing that I should check later. So that's an scenario where if you get that on any percent, it's extremely bad. Here on 100%, it doesn't matter. This matters though. Ugh. I'll say it again, I have a very good possible goal to make in this segment. You see why? Because I still suck at it. I have bleeding walls now. Supposed to save time here. I don't know if I will. I know I look like a noob just hitting the wall over and over, but there is a strat where with a neutral attack to the body, if you have good spacing, you still hit the zombie. I just missed that trick. Over and over. And it's the fastest way to cross that. Because it's only one attack if you get it correctly, instead of two. But of course, if you don't get it, it's faster to do two. Another thing that you don't need to practice if you are not a top runner. We're talking about 0.5 seconds or so. So that's what it takes to do an attack, more or less. And there's even an argument for me to not needing to do it. Needed to do it. Because I can still save 3 minutes in my record. 2 minutes, I'm sorry. 2 minutes, not 3. So you could argue that I don't need to go for 1 second tricks, but that trick, you know, most of the time it doesn't make me lose 5 seconds. Mantorok spell, yes indeed. We use the hell out of pull. At least. It's the... Is it the only one we use? I believe. So that sucks a little bit. I think it is. Yeah, it is. On Chaturgam, 100%, we also use Invisible. That's about it. And for fun, in marathons, you can use this spell. It's slower, like a couple frames. But if you want to show one more Mantorok spell, you can use this spell. Like a couple times, maybe. Chill zombie dispel. Okay, I forgot the assignment. But I can assign on Trapper. Because the horror died. Okay. Assign on Trapper. Assign these spells. Like there, for example, you can do a Mantorok dispel instead. But it takes one more input. Which, if you're a TIS, is 1 frame. But RTS Picky should be more. Should be a couple frames. That delightful scream. So because I interrupted the cutscene with the Trapper in order to move in the cutscene, you get the flag of opening the door, but you don't see the animation of the door, like the reveal of the door, so the collision's still there. And I was actually inside of the collision for a little bit. 12! Oh my god. Oh. Even with the perfect menus I had. Holy shit. I really got stuck on the zombies, huh? Because that's 12 from a 10. Time loss.
Much has been written about
So
the
yeah, golded
exploits of
here,
conquerors.
but I can probably gold again. On Roberto. My Roberto is not optimal yet. Getting a little cold and the hands are cold. Might need my heater. Give me reflection. Nice shot. Is it zombie immediately? No, chill. This might be late. Okay, I think we're good. Was scary. Yeah, 3 probably means the Trapper is alive. Punch the thumb. I love punching the thumb. I also love when I have a weapon at that point and I can shoot it or slice the tome. It's very hard to actually hit the tome with the attack. Like most of the time, if you punch it, it will fail. There's like specific angles where you will actually punch it, and I think it's character dependent as well. I try to do it, but it's hard. Or more like hard, I kind of need to go out of my way, you know, to do something that it's not require. It's just fun. But it also doesn't lose time if you do it correctly. Technically. It's like swag.
Don't.
Roberto. Yo, Frank, how's it going? Bob. Roberto Bianchi. One, two, three. I need to hold down for 3 seconds before changing my angle. That's to get farther enough out of bounds and cross the collision from behind, and then just walk on until you get to the loading zone. So we were just talking about that. This is no longer, if this is a record, it's no longer a Pancho-less record. Thanks to Frank. I got 5 kilos of palta. A gift from the Campo family. Nice. That's like a lot of paltas. And that's also very expensive in this economy, right? Like a lot of Chileans are suffering because of the price of paltas lately. I'm good because I don't eat palta. A lot of people hate me for that. But I always say to them, but that means there's more palta for you. Don't hate me. You're giving it away? That's a good Chilean right there. It's just very nice, like when you have like fruit trees. On my oldest house that I live, very long ago when I was younger. I'm still a little young, but no, when I was a child, you know. We have a lemon tree, un limonero, on our house, and we always, I told you about the gold, by the way. I can steal gold by more than that. We always had 1,000,000 lemons, and they were massive. And we would just give it to a lot of people. You know, we always had lemons. And apart from that, we would just give lemons to our neighbors or family. Because it's just too much for one family. And that's fine.
The war to end
Amazing.
all wars.
Everyone,
Find how
like, that's the dream, right? Like, I don't know who wrote that, but I remember a friend telling me about an anarchist that wrote, this is like long ago, but something like, society needs to have like fruit trees like everywhere, like on the street, you know? Like if there are fruit trees everywhere, you would save so much money. Like collectively, right? If everyone has one on their house. Well, provided that you have a house, which is hard by these days. But if you have one. And everyone has a fruit tree. You can just share different like stuff, right? At least no damage. Let's go. Okay, I have a goal in Peter as well. I think my menu wasn't perfect, so I might have another one, but I still think this goal is not easy to beat. Like, definitely harder than the Roberto one. I also think I grabbed extra bullets in my record, which is not necessary. Oh, the lights. Took some time to come back. Like, that's a little bit of 80% brain. On 80% you grab extra items because you need to manipulate memory heap. Here we don't do that. The fruit seller is unhappy now. But I mean, worst case scenario, we can all be fruit sellers. You know, like, you sell it to your neighbors, but at a very, you know, nice price. Which most of the time is just gonna be like, hey, I have 1,000,000 lemons. You have 1,000,000 paltas. How about you give me some paltas and I give you some lemons? How about that? And then you don't need any money involved, right? I don't see bleeding walls. Sucks. Can I do manips? This is the only thing I don't like about the Mantorok pool. I almost never see bleeding walls. And I don't like that. I don't like having to manip here. There's gotta be a fix to that. But I need to find it. Because I also don't have like a fixed pattern to do manips here because I never do it. And that means if I manip too much, I'm gonna lose a lot of magic. Which is fine. And if I manip too little, I might get a TV shut off. Which is something that should never happen. You would make limonada. I think we used to make limonada and do everything you can do with lemons, and we still have just so many. the lemon tree we had was massive. And also very tall. So we actually had a hard time getting some of the tallest lemons. Oh, I think my zombie was pretty slow. On the record. Let's go. Yeah, makes sense. There's a documentary about paltas using so much water to make them grow that it's making a lot of rivers dry because of it. Yes. That kind of sucks. But it is also... It's not a palta exclusive problem. A lot of the problem is about monocultivos, if you're familiar with that term, which is making just one plant, like a lot of one plant grow in the same place instead of multiple kinds of plants, because that kind of kills the soil. Because it's just one plant sucking all the water, and you don't have like biodiversity that a forest will have or something like that. So palta is definitely a big thing, but it's not just the palta. It's a bigger problem than that, I would say. Alright, Chad, I'm not gonna look at you for a while because this is one of arguably the most technical part of the run. Door? Okay. Can I use salty water? I see. $44, $54, 59. Just drop them in the ocean. Problem solved. Oh, dude. Everything was so clean until that. So you can one-shot the vampire, but you need to land every hit of the shotgun. You miss one hit, you don't one-shot it. So it has to be point blank, and also depends a little bit on the vampire animation and all that. That was very good movement. Usually my movement is not that clean there. That makes me happy. Nice. That probably would have been a gold if it wasn't for the bad shot on the vampire. This is another moment where I should have my phones. Do the money. I mean, it can be better. I think even with the Guardian there, I think I skipped the sanity damage. We might see it on number 8 though, maybe. See? Yep, there it is. And I'm barely over 50%, and let's see, now it's 6. I get the Trappers, but I also get the Guardian right after that. I might need another mine. It's one of the bad parts about this route in Edward. I'm saving a bunch of time on other chapters by carrying Mantorok 3 Bull until here, and a bunch of time Peter by never making 7 Mantorok Bull. But I am losing some time here in Edward, always, compared to the other route. The net should be possible, but it means I had to get rid of my old gold for this chapter, because that was with 7 Bull. And I cannot beat that ever. But I'm saving more than that time in Peter, so it's fine. Now this trapper is... What the fuck? Okay, didn't get vision. Okay, there's the vision. So... we might get TV shut off before next room. If we don't get it, or any good sanity effect, I need a money. Because I can see a sanity effect here. So normally you don't see sanity effects in Edward, they're deactivated. But I currently have a glitch. Which is the glitch that allowed me to save during the vampire section. You are not allowed to do that normally. And one of the consequences of that glitch is that you can see sanity effects on the main room. In fact. And like bad ones. I'm talking like, you know, 20 seconds of sanity effect. Have I gotten every quarter cancel so far? Maybe I missed one. It's pretty good. Not a useless time save. It's like 0.3 to 0.4 seconds per every time you do it. But there's like 18 of them. So it ends up saving a decent amount of time. Like 6 seconds maybe at the end. Like you shouldn't sleep on that. Please explode. I really don't know how to do this on 100%. Like, the camera is so much different because of the trapper. I might need to do, like, the completely opposite direction. So that's the second time I miss Zelda. Or he's dead. You know, I actually don't know the specifics of the time save for Edward. Like, I think when I measure it, it was for Alex. And yeah, it is animation dependent. How much time you save. Please give me a little trapper for once here. That's a good trapper, thank you. Now, what about the other trapper? Okay, it's not here. Good. There it is, I saw it. But it's far away. Probably do a sneak turn around there. Even the tiniest sneak helps in this route. Number 3. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie, I actually miss 7 pull. It made everything so much easier. But it is slower. Optimally speaking. Not by a whole lot, we're talking about a couple seconds. Maybe like 4. I think it's more than that. Maybe like 5. Still not a lot. So again, another thing that you shouldn't do unless you're a top runner. Okay. That's a little bit of a time loss. I still skipped the cutscene, but I pressed start too late. So I lost some time. One. So there I could have crossed in the middle. Just didn't have the guts. There was no double arm, but whatever. And 7. Okay. I'm currently out of bounds during this cutscene. I'm gonna make a save for later. And then get this message. This allows me to pause during this cutscene. Then if I watch another cutscene inside of it, I get rid of the black bars, which prevent my movement. I can move during the cutscene. I'm very close to that entrance right there. Just out of camera. And I was invisible too. Which is something that happens during most in-game cutscenes. Your character is loaded, just invisible in a corner. And if you leave the room, you cancel that cutscene and also warp into the room. That's Ehn'gha Destruction Warp. It saves a bunch of time. Because you don't come back to the spire. And the save file, I got it for a little something that we're gonna set up now. We're gonna do a little bit of a time travel to get the Ehn'gha flag that I just set up at the end of Ehn'gha. The flag that destroys Ehn'gha on Edward is the exact same flag the game uses for completing Ehn'gha in Alex and activating the final Pious portal. So if I have a way to recover that flag, because every time you finish Edward, the flag like gets unset again. So now I lost the flag. But if we're lucky, I'm gonna be able to set it up again, hopefully fast. We'll see. Because it's one of the hardest tricks in the game. I got this 5th try on my record. Never can a man speak like this man before. I think it's too late. There goes 30 seconds. Can still save a minute and a half. Come on, dude. 1 minute. Please. I'm just gonna match with index, fuck it. I don't care if it hurts. Okay, we're saving... How much? A minute or 30 seconds? I actually don't remember. We'll see. So I load the Edward save file. That's the time travel. And I watch a cutscene. I set up the restore point there. That restores Alex to this point. And allows me to warp into the cutscene.
There is like...
Okay, 30 seconds. Oh, I guess a minute actually. I'm minus 30. And because I warp into the cutscene, I warp right before the flag gets set up in the cutscene. So I wait for the flag to set up, which I know exactly when it happens. And now we have the Ehn'gha flag. If I did it correctly, there's a chance that I left too early and the flag is not set. So just know that. And I have no way to know until we get to the end of the game. But it should be set up. And if it is, then when I get to Ehn'gha on Alex, Ehn'gha is gonna be completed. And I can just go straight to Pious. It's what we call the Ehn'gha skip. So, in any percent, you only do Alex Ehn'gha. You know, optimally, because you skipped Edward. In 100%, you only do Edward Ehn'gha. If you play optimally, because of this hard trick, you can skip Alex Ehn'gha. So every category, well, not every category, but the two main categories of the game only do Ehn'gha once. Which is pretty cool, because I hate doing Ehn'gha twice. One of the few things I don't like about this game, because I like most things about this game, I think this game is amazing. The one thing I don't like very much is having to do Ehn'gha twice. Whatever. Just do it like this. I might need to wait. Okay. Very suboptimal. Whatever. Okay, that was also a little slow, but it's gonna save me time later on the other assignment. It's a decent angle, it's not the best. This is another warp, effigy warp, similar to the previous one. To the one on Edward. Pretty much always the same like formula for these warps. Like get a message so you can pause, and then watch a cutscene so you can move. Yeah, I nuke those traps. That's what happened. So we barely have enough magic to do 2 binds and a record here. But actually you don't have enough magic to do 2 binds. Ooh, you didn't die. Is that bad? Please tell me I have more than 40. Oof, I just have over 40, holy shit. Please tell me all the blues are ready, look at me. Cool. Cool. Okay, that means my bomb strat is wrong. So yeah, that's bind skip. Like if you have the theory behind it is bind advances the cutscene, and if you do another bind during the cutscene, you will advance it again, and advancing again just completes the cutscene, right? But there's no way to get enough magic for 2 binds. Normally. But we don't play normally, right? We do glitches. And one thing you can do is you can do a free cast with a Reco. And when you get an explosion, which you can only get it once per playthrough, by the way. I save it the entire playthrough to get it there. It's a sanity effect after the explosion is a sanity effect, which means you recover all your stats that you had before the sanity. And that includes the magic you spent on the bind. So then you have exactly the amount of magic you need for another bind. You do 2 in a row, just keep it. Shoot there. I'll try to put my phones during this. I don't see a sanity effect. That sucks. Okay, we got Enchanted Gladius, we have everything. Just gotta finish the game. We're only gonna dispel here. Oh, I didn't match hard enough. Whatever. It's only 0.8 seconds. That's a little bit of a late split. And the time loss comes from, in the record, I saw bleeding walls, which means I don't need to do manips in the doors. And that loses a little bit of time. Like, TIS speaking, it's only like 2 frames, maybe? But RTA speaking is a lot more. You can't input things that fast. So it adds up. Good thing is I have a time-saving Pious, because we got shields in the last one. So you see here, listening to the artifact allows me to know where it probably is. Why in max? Why the long one in max? Please no Santec. Just please no Santec. Nice. Too far away. Nice. I think that's a pretty good price.
Ah, that's the ticket.
Nice. Not quite the 50 though. Sucks. But still much better. Like this is at the serve war record, unlike the -8. No, this is more like it.
It is finally over.
Again, unfortunately that is not the 150, but
The ancient
it's fine.
plans are finished. For now,
Just
at
arbitrary numbers, right?
least, you have proved to be an incredibly courageous young woman. Your mother and father would have been proud of you, just as I am. I'm sorry it had to be like this. It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you, but there was so
Yeah,
little
that's
time.
quite the good Pious.
And
It
so
wasn't a
much to
gold,
do.
but it was still pretty good.
Goodbye, Alex. I will miss you.
Like I fucked it up at the end. My spacing wasn't great. I actually,
As I
with
gazed
perfect
into the
spacing,
ancient
maybe I
light
could have
brought
got
into
the
this
like
world to
another 3
stop
seconds, but I'm
Pious.
not entirely sure.
My mistake was made clear. This ancient could lay the world to ruin just as easily as Pious's would have. And yet, as quickly as it began, it ended. To think that once I could not see beyond the
Are you
veil of
kidding me? This is the...
to see those who dwell behind.
Oh,
I was once a fool.
Chad, this is the run. So, I was talking about my previous record. One of the like weird things is that, yeah, my early game was pretty good. Like my super early game. Like I'm talking about Pious Elia. And so I was always seeing red Pious Elias all the time. But this was the one run of today where my Pious Elia is green. And that means it's greener than the other run. So now I'm gonna be redder all the time on Pious Elia. Isn't that amazing? I might literally discount a couple seconds there and put it somewhere there, somewhere else. Because you know splits are arbitrary and whatever. Just so I'm not red all the time. If I put those seconds somewhere else, it's completely fine because it's like you're doing average, a little bit of average splits. So I have still a bunch of seconds on Anthony. This is the ass run on Kareem. So honestly, even if I'm red on the first 3 splits, now I have like 20 seconds to save on Kareem. That's a plus 10 from a plus 10. So it's a plus 20 or 21. It was a sanity effect, I think. Head of Shakespeare, I believe. Plus lag. That's the 21 seconds. Which means, in general, I should save at least 15 of those, you know? Even if I don't play perfect. Then Max. I think Max was pretty good. Pretty solid. First Lindsay. Pretty good. Second Lindsay, even though I save time, I can save more. I can goal that. It wasn't clean at all, actually. I saved time because the record was also bad. Fierce Ball, that was compared to a gold, so I can save a tiny bit. Second ball, so let's analyze that. So I can be like -5 until here, and then here I lost 15 seconds, 12 seconds to a bad corridor. So that should be an easy like 10 seconds. So that's -15 or so. Goal Roberto, I can still goal another time, but you know, it's fine. Peter, it's 2 seconds from a goal. I still have some adjustments to do on Peter, but it's alright. Edward was pretty clean. I have like 3 seconds of the bad vampire. Still fine. Ehn'gha was clean. Endgame was really clean. And Pious was so good that I'm probably expected to lose a lot of the time. So those 15 seconds that we're talking about, I need to only lose like 10 of those seconds on endgame. That way we are on like hide 150, and then I need first try cutscene restore, which is a minute of save, and with that we get the 149. It's hard. It's actually hard. Like I from now on, if I want the if I actually want the 149, I need to reset on every... Like, I need to be ahead on Karim. Hopefully, -10 on Karim, always. To have, like, a chance of it. If I'm -15, better. But I think I need minimum -10. Plus first try, restore. I can, like, cut another 30 seconds. Or not another. Just 30 seconds if I get it second try. This one was third. And that will probably give me the 150. But again, if we want the 149, that's the only way to get it. And I know my sum of best is 148. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a little bit confused about it.